You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What's up, fellas? Punters, dribblers, mums and daddies, back again. This is the Thursday pod. It is a Wednesday for me as I look at another glorious set rolling in off the coast of fucking wherever I am, Bali. How are we, guys? We good? You look fresh, Eddie. You got some nice green eyes. Tobler's there in the background. Obviously, we've just had to give Tobler one of the great big brotherings of all time, which we'll keep just between us, not through poor performance or anything.
No.
We big brothered him.
It was Big Brother in a social way. Tom, I too, watching the sets roll in. I'm on the north shore of Hawaii, Oahu, the island. I'm wearing a lei.
I was wondering what that was.
I'm wearing a lei. This isn't jewelry like Tobler. This is a lei. This is a custom. This is a welcome custom. We've moved hotels, and gotta say, really enjoying myself, punters and dribblers. And I know a lot of you out there don't think that Tom and I have earned it, but I think I would ask you to excavate those thoughts more deeply and ask yourself this. Do my two heroes whom have rolled out free content to the masses for 10 years, have they earned a fucking bit of R&R?
Well, and not just R&R, Eddie, because I know it looks like we've just had our feet up, which we have, and it looks like we've just been sipping on cocktails, which we have. But who goes on holiday and turns up and still does the podcast? I don't know if anyone does.
Well, Ella, my wife, heard of her. She was like, why are you doing a second podcast? I said, well, because Tom and I usually don't go away at the same time, in which case we'd bring in a man off the pine, usually a Sebo, usually a Jarchi, usually a Street. Because we're away at the same time, we must press on into the good night, do a second show for the punter and the dribbler and for our contractual obligations. Not important. What's important is the punter and the dribbler. It's not about money. And she goes, well, like, can't you just say no? And I'm like, that's not how I work, baby.
No, that's not.
I go, when you were asleep, when you and the Sooks were asleep last night, Daddy was up till 11:30 changing websites for ticket sales for We Mean Well, wemeanwell.shop if you're a listener and you want to see a live show. And I'm watching fucking Ocean's 11. Like, that's what I'm about.
Yeah,
that's the sort of race I'm running, and the bib's on, sweetheart. I'm not pulling out now. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I mean, and again, Eddie, similar conversation in at least in sort of tone with my own wife, Stephanie. Heard of her, and you know, whoa, what are you doing? You got to go off. You got to leave breakfast early. Go to a podcast, and I'm like, yeah, and I got to have a little powwow meeting with me mate Eddie Simpson as well. Just talk some business shit. I got to go. Listen. It's necessary. We don't quit. Oi, why are you filming videos about Tommy Trebojevic while you're at Sunday's Beach Club, fucking bottle and a half of rosé deep? Because
Kid
when
was
news
blind, you could
breaks,
tell it was in his eyes. I was telling stories.
When news breaks, who do you turn to but us? You know, like you see those Channel 7 or Channel 9 news, and it's like, when news breaks around the country, and it's like, turn to the people you can trust, and it's like fucking Peter Overton smiling and shit.
Yeah, and they're turning around in front of floodwaters. Some cunt's just lost his business in his home, and they're like, hey, trust me to cover this man's pun.
A house is floating behind them. It's like, turn to the people you can trust.
Yeah.
Well, that's us, dude. That's us.
Yep.
We're on holidays, and there's some news about Tommy Turbo, which again is not news. It was on the Manly Ring of Seagulls fan page, but it was brought across my desk. I had to react, no matter how much rosé I'd consumed, no matter how long I'd been on the go for. But that is what it is, punters, dribblers. I haven't told you guys this either, and Eddie, we just had a long conversation, but I kept it quiet because we mine our friendship for content and always will.
Well, we certainly have since 2015.
Yeah.
Well, December 2014.
December 2015. No, December 2015.
Yes, December 2015. Yes.
December 2015.
Yes.
You are looking at, and I'm serious, you're looking at the first known human, the first person ever in human history to beat Bali Belly. To beat it.
Good
to
day.
Stare it down.
Good day.
Stare it down
Good
in the
day.
eye. To stare. Listen, Good Day has a part to play in this, but unfortunately, even Good Day can't take credit for this. I don't know, because like this must just be I must be just built different. But, and again, I'm going to jinx myself. I will get Bali Belly. Know that from here on in, but I beat it. That's the thing. It was coming, and I just and I just gritted it away. We were in the car.
Did you grit it out or grit it away?
I gritted away, dude. I didn't even grit it out. We were on our way to Sunday's Beach Club yesterday, myself and Steph and our dear friends Dimitri and Larissa, as well as Hazel Holiday, who is absolutely killing it. And we're in our car, windy roads through Uluwatu, and I just get this fucking huge head spin, and I'm like, oh no, what the fuck? I'm like, pull the fuck over right now. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, just sort of trying to catch myself, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to boot, but this has certainly got all the hallmarks of a Bali Belly Birmingham.
Can I come? Yeah. Can I come in?
Yeah, buzz in.
Windy roads. Now, you as a content man, you're head of content. You're head of content, and so with head of content comes certain responsibilities. Shout out to that bird. Like being on your fucking phone a lot, and I just wonder if me old mate Tommy Burns, son of an Aussie hero, legend through and through, always sitting in his tidy whities, punters and dribblers, pulling and rubbing his chode, a conversational genius and a witty cunt through and through. I just wonder if that guy was on the fucking telephone, like looking at his phone, going through really windy roads, which would then allow us to arrive at the point in time where you think you beat Bali. Please continue.
Now, it's a great point, because that is, for a large, to be honest with you, Eddie, that's what my wife said. She goes, well, listen, I was actually messaging the nanny at one point, but she was like, this is probably just your
sorry,
classic.
another Mai Tai.
Oh, no, hold on. Mai Tai break.
Sorry. No, sorry.
How cute is the terry toweling
matching
set?
terry toweling set? Can he bring some back for the boys?
Oh, that looks good.
Aloha, bitches. She's like, I've been knocking for ages. I'm like, sorry, I'm just on a work call.
Wait, quickly, before you get back into it, that terry toweling set, are you bringing some back for me?
Do you like the double terry?
Dude, bring us back a terry set. Don't be a dog.
Can I be honest with you? This fucking double Tezza is the truth.
Okay, well, you're going to need to bring me back a double Tesla. And listen, Tobler probably wants one, but you don't need to bring him one, but you do need to
no. I don't think you could pull off double Tezza.
You don't reckon? Tobler here. No, Tobler, I don't think you should.
Nah.
You don't reckon I could pull off a double Tesla?
Mr. Uno? No, I don't.
Are there deep pockets for big packs of Uno cards?
They don't come with little
don't worry
Uno
about
pocket
it.
holders, mate.
Yeah, just a deep top pocket up here.
And a satchel for a game of Jenga, you fucking idiot.
Sorry, Tom. Let's jump back in. You were saying your wife said.
She goes, could just be you on your phone. I said, listen, that's fair. I will be honest with you, as head of content, I have never been car sick in my life. Never. I don't get car sick. Yep. Doesn't hit me. I'm on my phone all the fucking time. Never get car sick. And that's what I said. I go, listen, I hear you, and I'm hoping to Christ that's what it is, but I just don't get car sick. I've never had this feeling.
Yep.
But I just go, I'm just going to put the phone down, and I'm just not going to fucking look at anything. I'm just staring outside, and I'm going to go internal here and just be quiet as a church mouse. We continue to wind through the streets, and again, I'm now super in my head, so anytime I feel anything, I'm like, oh God, what the fuck? We get out of the car, like it was maybe a 20-minute drive, and then we're making our way down these absolutely absurd steps to get down to Sundays. And it doesn't go away. I reckon for the next 45 minutes to an hour and a half, I just kept getting these huge head spins or like my gut, and I was like going to the bathroom expecting the worst. Yep. And then nothing would happen, and I'd just come out and I'd just lay there. But I was just quiet. I was like, dude, I'm going to ruin the whole fucking day. And also I was like, if I start to shit myself down here, I have like the steepest ascent to get out of here by myself.
Yeah, right.
Because I was like, Steph, you stay here. I got to get out. You know, like, save yourself. I'm going to try and make my way up the stairs, pooing myself as I go. And I just, honestly, dude, I just gripped my teeth. I cracked a bottle of rosé. I started hooking into that. I basically was like, listen, I'm going to just charge on like nothing's happening to me. I'm going to eat food. I'm going to drink. I'm going to smoke darts. And I'm just going to see what happens, come what may. And then after about an hour and a half and a couple of rosés, followed by a couple of double techies, I'm back. I'm dancing. I was just like, I was grooving. I'm like, wait a minute. oh, I'm grooving here. I am completely sweet, dude. And now I kind of feel like that immune chick in The Last of Us.
That's you. You're Bella Ramsey or whatever her name is.
I get bitten by one
Ellie.
of these zombies.
Ellie on this. I think it's Ellie.
I get bitten and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm dead. And then nothing happens.
Well, that's just, I mean, that speaks to your mental aptitude, Tom, I think, more than anything. The fact that you, when required, are able to go internal. I refer to the marathon run by the fattest, most unhealthy man in history, circa 2022. I reference that man, that when he applies himself, when he goes internal, miracles are possible.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously that hurt, but that is true though.
Okay. Well, can I push back on that? Would you consider the marathon you ran miracle status?
Oh no, absolutely. That's my finest hour.
Yes.
Outside of beating Bali Belly, I'd say Bali Belly might be my finest hour.
Not even your wife was there.
No one turned up except my brother. Shout out to Willie Burns. Willie Burns, a real one.
Oh, he's a real one. But I mean, listen. What I'm saying is, you are capable of miracles.
Yes, magnificent things. Yeah, I'm capable of magnificent things.
Magnifique.
Magnifique. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way nice and early because, you never hear about that. You never hear of someone beating Bali Belly, right? You never. Now, like The Last of Us, I hope there aren't doctors fucking banging down my door to kill me and try and come up with a vaccine for Bali Belly because I don't want to die. But I am who I am. I'm the first to beat it. Punters and Dribblers, we are brought to you by the greatest beer in all the land, and that is 4 Pints Japanese Lager, and we've got some exciting news. If you head to 4pintsbeer.com.au, they have just brought out a fresh merch range for you all to enjoy.
They've punted with a like-minded supplier, punters and dribblers, that, like them, likes to do good stuff through ethical practices and recycled materials. So again, 4pintsbeer.com.au. Get yourself a hoodie, get yourself a t-shirt, get yourself a hat, okay? And dress to impress, baby. Toddler, you need a couple of these, I think, old boy.
I'd definitely wear them.
4 Pints Beer. What's up, punters and dribblers? We are brought to you by Neds, the premium betting platform in this great nation of ours, Australia. Myself and Edward, big fans of their work. They get around us. They get around About Even, which is subsequently the #1 betting show in the country. But get on the Neds app and have a punt if you're into it. What do you reckon,
right,
Ed?
Tom. Listen, Neds, it's like goose feathers, okay, in your duvet or in your pillow. Goose feathers, that's Neds. Everything else is just rank polyester balls. You know what I'm saying? Get with the goose feathers, baby. Shout out to Neds.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Now, whilst I was moving and shaking and grooving at Sunday's Beach Club with a rosé in hand, just a bit of fucking cool music and shit, not getting too into it. Just enough. Like, this is as much as I want to dance these days. Obviously, if you're not watching YouTube, then you're not going to get it. But, like, this is all I need to do. I'm not fucking fully dance flooring it up. I just need a bit of ounce.
Bit of ounce.
Bit of ounce. And across my desk, it comes a comment or like a rumour. A rumour about Tommy Trbojevic, which, again, I don't know if it's true or not, but who knows if anything's true.
Who broke said rumour?
Well, my friend who is with us on this holiday, Dimitri, he showed me it.
So are you with them on the holiday? Is this a combined thing?
Mate, they just happened to be over here, and nice. they just moved there. They just came and stayed where we're staying.
Perfect. Love that.
Love it.
Please continue.
So, this is on Manly, MWSE_fans on Instagram. Again, this is dribbly, but you take a all dribblers should be taken at their word. Trbojevic does not want to play against Manly and has told those close to him he would be open to a move to the Super League in 2027 if it was in the Seagulls' best interest for him to leave the club.
They don't make it. Let's go down the path that this is true, that these comments are true.
Yeah.
And then we can potentially excavate a path where they're false. Assuming they're true, what I would say is they don't make men like that anymore. You know what I mean? It's the old saying, good times make weak men make hard times make strong men make good times. Like he's a strong man living in in strong times, really. Like he should be Tommy should be more like all of us, a bit weak. You know, questionable loyalties, and I'm talking generally here about society at large. They're just people aren't going down to the Oval every morning and every Saturday morning, Tom, and cutting onions first thing for the Mona Vale Raiders. They're not doing that sort of thing anymore. They're not turning around going, I would rather play in the Super League. And remember, there's only one good team in the Super League like that has weather that sort of vibes with our way of life. Otherwise, you're up north in the shitters, no offense. So the fact that he's saying, I will not play for another team, I will only, if I'm not required or wanted by Manly, go to the Super League. Like, they do not make them like that anymore.
No. But and you're absolutely right, Edward. And to follow on from that, whilst we are, how's that Mai Tai, by the way?
Dude, just special.
Yeah.
Special. And again, shout out to the Yanks. They know to make a stiff drink. Like you get home, and obviously no one loves their country more than I do. But fuck, we've got a real problem when it comes to like measuring to the mill what a shot is. Over here, that is going bulls. Get that in you.
Yeah,
like 2 Mai Tais and you're on your merry way.
Yeah, that's living. That is living. God damn it, Australia. Now, assuming that that these rumours are true.
Yep.
I mean, you know, the thing there was like if he needs to leave Manly to like, if he's getting in the way of signing players and shit, it's like, well, listen, I don't know what the most you can make in the Super League is, but it's probably not that much, although you are getting that euro dollar. You get the pound in England, Tom. What about in the Catalan?
You get the euro Catalan.
Yeah, well,
but if he's up north in the shitters,
yeah. Anyway,
in 2023, Whitehead was making £340.
40,000, 340,000, which would be that's 680,000 Aussie.
So, like, we can pay him that at Manly and have him still there. Like, he's too good to let go of. And if he were to go over, well, not if he went over to Super League, he would absolutely murder it. It'd be Man of Steel in 3 games. It'd be Man of Steel after Man of Steel after Man of Steel. I don't know what the record for most Men of Steels won, but he's too young to be lost to the game.
Well, I think Tom, what the Super League would probably likely do is go, well, how long are you contracted for, and just hand the Man of Steels out then. So if he's contracted for 3 years, he gets 3 Man of Steels on. That's a signing bonus. What's a signing bonus? You've won the Man of Steels. Competition's over. We're not even running it.
No, wrap it up. Has anyone won the Dally M and the Man of Steel, the Moss? Just a question. Obviously, that's Tommy Tubble working in the background.
Benny Barber.
Oh,
is only the second player in history. I'll figure out who the first was. Gavin Miller.
There you go.
Gav.
Well, there you go. But, so, you know, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I feel bad for him. He's such a sweetheart. People talk so much shit about him, like, because listen, he's out again this week, and this is, as a Manly fan, this is the year where I've really gone like, holy fuck, this is crazy. The amount of, like, I mean, and that might sound that statement.
This is the first year.
No, but like in the sense where. And I realize how weird that might sound, but it's like where I'm like, it'll get better. This is just one of those. This is a really bad run. This is just a really, really bad run. And then now it's like cork thighs and shit, and you're just like, oh no, dude,
mate.
Whole career could be this. Like, fuck, he's too good for this to happen. Like, it's honestly like and it's not his fault. You know what I mean? Like, you see great players who have. Fuck, Ben Barber's one of them, right? Who fucked their own life up through their own behaviour. Like, fuck. That was a fucking stitch up, mate. What do you mean?
Him getting tested after the grand final was a stitch up.
No, there's that, but he also fucking had some
Oh,
domestic
that
violence
latest shit. Sure, yep.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, domestic violence stuff. Like,
sorry, with ya.
Yeah. But like, that is ruining your career by yourself. Whereas this is just like this poor cunt. No one works harder. No one tries harder. No one's more genuine and honest and sincere and like having a crack and like almost feel and just no one. You can tell no one feels as bad as he does about the fact how injury prone he is. Like he tried to pay back money to Manly. He's like, I'll go play Super League. He's like punishing himself. This is like, is it self mutilation? He's like,
chastity. Are we in chastity belt areas?
It's like cat of nine tails on your own back. Like, send me to Super League. I'm not worthy. Like, shame. It's like, no, dude, don't do that to yourself. We'll just pay you less. Can we just pay you way less? If you're happy to take way less money, then that's going to be sweet because you're not playing enough games to get that milli. Unfortunately, you're worth 1-2 at full flight, at full turbo. But, I mean, if we can just pay you less and then we'll just take you when we can get you, then, I mean, I think that's workable because I'd damn near have a heart attack if you went to any other NRL side and started playing well. I couldn't handle that. And it seems like even seeing you dominate the Super League, I couldn't handle that either. I need you. But this is the first year, back to what I'm saying, where I'm just like, fuck, this does not feel like it's just getting better at all. He's had like multiple different injuries and it's round 12.
Yeah. First and foremost, it's not time to say goodbye. It's not time to say goodbye. I don't want to say goodbye, Tom. When I read that come through my desk, overnight, my initial response to it emotionally, and it's always important, punters and drillers, to excavate the heart, was that I'm not ready to say goodbye to Turbo. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Maybe in my heart of hearts, I know that I'm not going to get married to Turbo long term, but like, I'm not giving this man up. I love this man. I need this man in my life. And the fact that he is whipping himself, it makes me upset because he's a club first man. He's a family first man. He's a team first man. He's a manly man. And he can't seem to reckon with the fact that he has done more for the club, in my opinion, than the club's given him. Like, money comes and fucking goes, mate. Like, he's clogged up the state. No. What he's done is he's won a Dally M. He's given us memories that'll last a lifetime. He's put us in prelims. He's won us shields. He's made Manly likeable, whether you like it or not. He's made Manly likeable. We used to be fucking hated, and him and his brother Jake in particular, Ben to a lesser extent, have single-handedly turned our club into a likable identity. Like that's off the back of him, mate.
A club that NRL fans reluctantly like because they're like, geez, these guys are so nice. Like,
people love people love the Trbojevic brothers. And they play for Manly. And so people need to reckon with the fact that, fucking hell, like, they're two of my favourite players, and I have to just come to terms with that. So, yes, the injuries have been difficult. I mean, I think back, Tom, to when we sent him to that who was he, the thigh
Hayden
specialist?
Knowles over in bloody...
was it Hayden?
I think
Bill
maybe
Knowles.
Hayden Bill Knowles. Oh, Bill Knowles.
Oh, Billy Knowles. I don't want to speak on behalf of Manly fans, but I will speak for them. And I think that we all hoped, prayed, and believed that when he was put in the hands of the great Billy Knowles, that he'd come good. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that would. It's not about doesn't seem. He hasn't come good. In fact, his body on the whole has deteriorated. After that, he's had knee issues. He's had cork issues.
Really, the thing is, like, the old Bill Knowles, who sounds like an old bandit, an old bush bandit, or an old outlaw from America.
Well, him and Ned Kelly used to get together, mate.
That's what I thought, Edward. I thought that. I thought as much. But Bill Knowles was there to do hamstring work. Since the hamstring with old Bill Knowles, I think it might have got better. He had some awareness, I think, when we played the Warriors at the start of the year. But then it was like, He did both AC joints yesterday last year coming into the finals. And then this year it's like he did one knee, then he did the other knee, and then
didn't he do a shoulder after old Billy got his hands on him as well?
Well, that's what the AC joints were. Both his shoulders were fucked. Oh,
sorry, mate. Year. I don't know medical shit. You threw me through a loop.
It's okay, brother. He did the shoulder really bad against maybe the Bulldog, someone in the finals. And then they were like, oh, he's actually been playing with the other shoulder completely fucked as well. You just didn't know that. Suki.
You might see Suki Simpson in the background, one of the greats. One of the greats all time. You want to talk about someone who's loving the holidays? It's the great Suki Simpson. She's firing on all cylinders. All you need to do is stick her under a frangipani tree and she's done. Job done.
She's out.
Mate, not even out. She'll look at it for 4 hours. Like, she's just loving frangipani trees.
Lovely.
Shout out to her. Sorry.
Shout out to her. Mate, I think that was sort of where we were going. Basically, it's just been the multitude of injuries. It's not just hammies anymore.
Well, there's also something, Tom, and I don't know if we've spoken about this on the podcast. We've certainly spoken about it in multiple green rooms. Is gone are the days of saying, "Oh, Tedesco got injured early in the going, mate."
Yeah.
Tedesco used to get injured all the time early in the going, mate.
AC, isn't it? Well, he's 27, so it's not early in the going anymore. He's 27.
He's 27.
Well, maybe 28. He might be 28. Anyway,
can we get an age toddler?
I love him. I hope he's doing all right, the poor bastard.
He's 28.
28. Yeah, Tom, can I say something on behalf of the Manly Warringah Seagulls? Is you sit down with the Trbojevic family, with John, who obviously heads the TFU, that's the Tomato Farmers Union, and just go, well, Tommy, what do you need to get paid to stay at this club? And if worse comes to worse, there's a wing spot that he'd do a job on. I'm talking worst case scenario, you know? Worst case scenario. Like, worst case scenario, if someone fires a missile at Air Force One, worst case scenario is the guy in the fighter jet next to him as protection has to fly his plane into it he has to sacrifice himself. So, like, there's worst case scenarios for everything.
Yes.
Worst case scenario for us is Turbo plays on the wing, which might feel like sacrificial stuff. It's not. He's still got a job to play on the wing if that's where we get to.
See, I don't know where I saw it. Like, I mean, everyone obviously has been like, well, Lehigh's been playing fullback when Tommy's away, and I've not been overly stoked with it. He played well against the Broncos, though. Lehigh ripped. And then people are like, fuck, mate, just put Tommy in the centres.
Were people shitting on you, mate, for that?
No, I don't think so. Not that I heard anyway, because also one game does not make us a better fullback than Tommy Turbo, put it that way.
Yeah.
Even though Tommy's been injured, right? But like, Lehigh has fucking ripped on the wing. When he had a great game against the Broncos. He's been playing way better on the wing since Turbo came back. Like, his performances there have been awesome.
Yep.
He's in the top 5 or 6 for fucking post-contact meters
Lehigh.
in the NRL. Yeah, it's like Adam Fanua-Blake and Tino and shit.
Mate, there's some. I tell you what's scary about rugby league post contact meterage is that Brian Toto has historically been the GOAT, and he's fucking, as compared to like Payne Haas, tiny. Jai Gray was leading post contact meters at the start of the year. Lehigh Hopewadi, not much to look at, but seemingly got the strength of an ant. You know what I mean?
He's in fourth at the moment.
He's fourth, dude.
The power and the tenacity of these smaller blokes.
Friend of the show, Ella, Northern Beaches Driblet. Adam Fanua-Blake, Payne Haas, Savelio Tamale, Lehigh Hopewadi, Herbie Farmworth, Aaron Clark, Keon Kolomatangi, Pat Carrigan. So Tamale, Hopewadi and Farmworth are the only backs in that.
Well, Tamale's not very big.
He's not very big either. He's got 4 meters on Lehigh.
He's not very big. Lehigh's noticeably smaller than him, though. Yeah, you're right.
Question about Herbie Farmworth without notice as we move on from the Seagulls.
Question or statement?
Just before you move on, so Michael Chalmers first reported that last night, that Tony
Okay.
Mestrov has opened a dialogue with the Trbojevich's manager because their contracts are up at the end of next year, and Tony wants to keep them both at the club. But closest source to Turbo, anonymous sources, said that he just doesn't want to impact the club he doesn't want to sign at the cost of them being able to retain anyone else. That's his
How
main
the
concern.
fuck is Michael Chamis getting all these scoops this year? He has got to be the best performing journo of 2025. Like, he's the breakout star almost.
Well, I think at the meaties, that's like the media awards. He's getting breakout star.
Yeah. Dude, he's got to be breakout star and maybe journo of the year at this point. In terms of stories broken, because there's like opinion journos and innuendo journos, I feel like he has been on top of most of the major fucking stories all year. He's constantly breaking shit.
Which is why I was concerned when I read that Chamis was saying it.
I think he broke the DCE thing.
No, Weidler did.
Oh, really? Hey, is it funny to you that, and I don't know if we've said this, this is green room comment or I've said it on the podcast, but isn't it funny how all NRL journalists have almost at the exact same time discovered Instagram? Like they all have Instagram accounts. They're all breaking news, like doing face to camera shit, like selfies. I love it. And obviously they all need work because their polish is just not there. But it just seems like all of them, all at the same time, have worked out Instagram. Whereas, like, we've all podcasting and shit have been doing it forever. They now have finally, and they're all on podcasts and shit. And God love them, they're all good. I love it. But it's just funny that they've all discovered this shit at the same time. Whereas it used to be like, oh, just on some podcast, someone said something. You know what I mean? Like they turned their nose up at the podcast world for as long as they possibly could, and now they're just all coming on board.
Yeah, I think, Tom, that we all know deep down that the people that turn their nose up are the most threatened, right? A little bit.
Well, you know, maybe it's like what you don't understand. You fear what you don't know.
You fear what you don't know, and I think that's a good way of putting it, mate. I think it's exactly how I'd put it. To bow the Turbo chat, I'm in camp. Keep him. I'm in camp. Keep his brother. What they do for culture, what they do for morale, what they do for cohesiveness, Tom, to use a big word, what they do for community is like, you can't put a fucking price on that. You can't put a price on that. They're the backbone of the fucking club. They're the backbone of the peninsula. And I be honest with you, I would rather Turbo and Jake be looked after at the expense of a couple of wins here or there a season. Like, honestly, I would. Like,
dude,
they need,
honestly,
they need to be around. They need to be around.
They let him go, dude. If they let him go,
no, mate. I'd rather. I'm fucking being fed income. I'd rather miss the fucking finals for the next 5 years than get rid of them. I'm being serious.
It just wouldn't feel.
I'd rather. Yeah, no, I would. I'd rather miss the finals for the next 5 years.
Well, the thing is, you're not guaranteed of making the finals if you get rid of them. So I'd prefer to have the ambiguity of not knowing and have them in the team than to be like, let's fuck off 2 beating Hearts. That's right, we have a couple of Hearts. No club's got 2 Hearts except us. And if you got rid of both of them, it would be fucked.
But what are you worth otherwise? Where the fuck's loyalty at anymore if you get rid of those
Just
boys?
pay them less, lad. That's all you do.
Pay them less. And I've already come up with a solution. You put Tommy on the wing.
If you have to. I still just think we try getting better. But I'm still like, what's that going to do? He's still going to get tackled. He's still going to have to make tackles. And he's still going to find a way to get hurt. Or at least, not that he will, but like in contact, it's not like you don't get tackled.
Have you heard of old mate Karma, Tom?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Have you heard of him? You know what happens if we get rid of Jake and Tom? Tom goes to the Super League and he plays 5 uninjured seasons in a row and scores 450 tries a season. That's what happens if you tempt fucking, if you take the piss. So let's just woo up on all fronts, eh?
The most man of steals was 3 by Ellery Hanley, which I think Turbo would have covered.
He'll have that.
You think he'd have him covered?
Yeah,
that's a pretty safe assumption. I feel
you know he'd have him covered, Toba.
Yeah.
And again, that's Manly. But shout out to Michael Chammas. I've said it the other day. I'm like, this motherfucker is getting all the scoops, and he's on Channel 9 punching on with the great Gus Gould. Like he's in everything. This kid, he's in everything.
Tom, next time when we're back in the same room, we're calling our old mate Brent Reid, and I'm going to say to him, "What's Chammas doing?
Where are your scoops,
that you're not, quite frankly."
Yeah.
And I don't want to be insulting. I don't want to be insulting. I don't want to be insulting. But Chammas is out there throwing his cock around, mate.
Yeah, he is. He is. That meaty, girthy cock. I think
that
he's
young,
Lebanese
maybe
as well.
maybe it's that young penis, mate. You can do more with it.
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, you're also driven to do more. You're motivated. Reedy might have just had it good for too long.
Well, he has, mate. He's a Queenslander living in the greatest state of all. So, yeah, he's had it pretty good.
Freddie Fittler looking like, well, at least in the paper, the back page of the Daily Telegraph, let's see, fits, F-I-T-T-S, like a glove. He looks like he might be in line for the national job. I think I
saw that this afternoon, Tom. Can you clarify for me, who's on holidays and hasn't got full context, is the assumption here that Meninga would be getting the Perth Bears job?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
So Fittler and former Kangaroos captain Cameron Smith are the two leading candidates. Wayne Bennett has indicated he also wants the job. Wayne, hey Wayne,
dude,
Wayne
loves the game too much, and I don't reckon Wayne has gone to sleep without thinking about the fact that he turned his back on the nation and coached England. Like, I reckon that really haunts Wayne.
I'm just like with Wayne, I'm like, oh, dude, like you are very old now. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. What I mean by that is like, you've got enough on your plate. Just do the Rabbitohs. Just be Wayne Bennett at the Rabbitohs. We love you. You're an ornament to the game. And I just don't want to overburden you. Although you would argue that coaching Australia might be the easiest coaching job of all time because you just got throbbers in there. But like, you just need to when you're not coaching the Rabbitohs, you need to just have the feet up, just feet up.
Yeah, but when you've been but Tom, you've got to remember when you've been consumed by the game like Wayne has, like Phil has, you can't switch off.
No, there's no off button, is there?
There's no off button. There's no off button. You see the Kangaroos job come up and you go, I want to coach the best in the game. I get that. I'm team Freddie Fittler. I think we'd said it, Tom, maybe on our own podcast, Hello Sport, heard of it. Potentially it was on Bloke in a Bar, heard of it. There's been enough water flow under the bridge of life for me to forget about what the media did to Freddie Fittler in those later years of Origin. Like, in my mind, Freddie Fittler's still the fucking man. You know what I mean?
Yes. Agreed. Listen, we all got emotional around Origin time. That's what happens. And sometimes you can say
you and I emotional around Origin.
But sometimes you can say the meanest things to the people you love the most, and that's not good. But it is what it is in the heat of passion.
Like Tobler getting an undressing from his dad's at the start
pre-show. Yeah, and that wasn't an undressing though, because an undressing to me seems like angry. This was one where it was like
more of an intervention.
No, an arm around a baby brother, a bit of intervention, being just like, oi, wake the fuck up, mate.
Thanks for clearing that up, Tom, because you're absolutely right.
Yeah. But so in Freddie, I trust, and it's also to be good to have a New South Welshman at the helm of the national, the top job, as opposed to Cam Smith, who's a dirty Queenslander. Great Australian player, great representative of the nation. But you were asking me these questions during Origin time. I'm always going to
but also Tom, I think it's worth pointing out, because some of us haven't forgotten that during Kangaroo fixtures afterwards in the change rooms, the Queenslanders would make the New South Welshmen sing "Aye, aye, yippee, yippee, aye." Paul Gallen famously sat there silent in disgust. I just don't know if Cam can be trusted not to fucking rehash that old dinky rhyme that the Queenslanders
that's
sing.
One of the most controversial moments in Australian rugby league history. I would argue.
Did it not happen?
It happened, all right. It was
And was
controversial.
Was Cameron Smith captain of the Kangaroos at the time? Yes, he was.
Yes, I believe he was, Edward.
I'm answering my own question.
The problem there was that New South Wales were in the midst of one of the great cuckings of all time, and that was the cherry on top of the cuck.
Yeah,
cake,
did Paul need that?
No one needed it. It was a disgrace that it happened. I'm just saying that was the absolute zenith of New South Wales, cuckery, which was just, we're such beaters at this current juncture in human history that our national teammates, our brothers, have such little respect for us that they are going to sing the fucking Queensland victory song after Australia, and we just sit there silently. If Gal should have got up and bloody given someone a knuckle sandwich, if you ask me.
Well, the Nate Miles treatment, Tom, I think it's referred to as commonly.
Exactly right, and that's what he should have dished out, the Nate Miles treatment.
Nate got it as well, by the way. Nate got it.
Nate got the Nate Miles treatment.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
She did. No, Nate got the Nate Miles treatment big time.
No one's been given a bigger Nate Miles treatment than Nate Miles. Simple as
Nate
that.
Miles himself. No,
but that would be my only concern, Tom, around Cam Smith. Obviously, he is arguably the GOAT. You won't hear me say that. I think Joey is, but like people say he's the GOAT. Huge respect for Cam. He's an immortal. He is an ornament. But I think that you are, A, too recently retired, and B, that yippee shit that you pulled for many years. I can't move past. So I'd prefer Freddie. Punters and dribblers. Good day. The number one multivitamin in the country, not even taking the piss. Go and read the reviews. No one else has 5-star reviews like we do, as many as we do, over 1,200. Check them out yourselves, begoodhealth.com.au. I'm going to read one here. Absolutely brilliant. I've taken a plethora of multivitamins over the years, especially during my career as a semi-professional kickboxer. This stuff has some of the cleanest and most notable effects on my energy and immune system. I absolutely love it. This shit's legit, mate. This shit's legit. As I've said before, it was not made in the back of some cunt's shed. It is fucking pure, unadulterated goodness, Tom.
That's right, Eddie. That's right. And good to know the kickboxing community getting around it. Head to begoodhealth.com.au. Use the code Dribblers. It will get you 10% off if you just want to give it a try. But if you like them, what you haven't, subscribe. Code Dribblers will get you 20% off with a subscription. I saw also something around like the NRL wanting to get Wayne to coach PNG, and Blake Solly, dear friend of the show. Worth probably mentioning, we've got a podcast coming out this Sunday with Blake Solly, South CEO, because we do now move in C-suite circles. Can't help it. But
that's right, Tom.
We move in C-suite circles. He's coming out this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday, 6 p.m, Hello Sport YouTube. Tobler going to be knocking up one of the great violin, high drama, rev up videos you've ever seen. Teaser trailers. Thank you, Tom. Blake Solly, I've got to tell you, really likable guy. Obviously, he's the CEO of The Enemy. Any club not the Manly Warringah Seagulls is The Enemy. But Blake's a lovely guy, smart guy.
Really, really nice guy. Wanted to hate him.
Nah, dude, I wanted to fucking hate the fuck out of Blake Solly. And gotta tell you, big fan of his work. If you're a Chooks fan, if your name's Nick Politis, if you're involved in the Roosters in any way, shape, or form, check it out.
Yeah,
check it out, because you might find it interesting listening.
You might, and also if you feel good, and also I think it's worth mentioning that if any other C-suiters want to come on, write a reply sort of stuff, this isn't. We are agnostic outside of Manly. Like we have no agenda here. When the election was going on, we would have spoken to either leader. We were just only offered one and cancelled on us 4 times. But
well, I think it was 5, Tom. Not important.
5 times cancelled on us 5 times. Not a big deal.
It was. Listen, he's the leader of the country.
And yes, you don't want to give away who it was, the leader of the country, cancelled on us 5 times. And then we were also offered the other one and then never heard back. Again, we aren't looking to be political guys, but if it comes across your desk, you probably just do it for a laugh. Cancelled on us 5 times, not the point. If you do want to write a reply and you're one of those big dick C-suites, if you're a billionaire, if you're a Supremo, welcome on board anytime you want. Don't cancel on us 5 times though.
If you're a billionaire who sells cars and wants to jump on for a right or reply, I'd love to have you. Just and for what it's worth, on face value, huge amount of respect for you. A self-made man worth that amount of money who loves rugby league as much as you do. Huge fan of your work, and I think that evidence of the fact that Tom and I can draw a neutral line is the fact that I just glaze Blake Solly, whom on paper I should hate.
Yeah, and listen, I want it known and I want it put out right now that our opinions, our stances will change depending on who's sitting in front of us. So, you ever heard of a flip-flop? Blake Solly, Souths, we want Allianz. Yeah, fucking oath, you should get it. Hey, a Supremo walks in your door, we go, how about these Souths come trying to get
why you boys such fucking flip-floppers? Why is it the national shoe then, mate? Why is it the national shoe?
The national shoe. Why is it the national shoe, cunt, if flip-flopping isn't what the nation's built on?
Switch on, mate.
Yeah, wake up.
Wake up.
We're just saying whatever
we'll flip
We'll
flop,
fucking
mate.
say whatever you want to hear, mate. We'll say.
Come on.
You won't. Come on. What? Yeah, of course, dude. No, absolutely. That's disgraceful. I can't believe that happened.
Yeah. We'll flip flop, mate. We'll flip flop, mate.
We'll flip.
Don't worry about that.
And we'll flop. So I don't know how we got him, but Blake Solly, he's on Sunday, 6 p.m. On the YouTube.
I think the Blake Solly comment was around Wayne Bennett, who's obsessed with he's been consumed by the game, etc.
Well, no, they want him to do PNG. Wayne will contract some fucking novel island virus. And what I mean there is like something, when you're like something that isn't native to the Australian shores. He'll go over there and he'll get some sort of fever. He'll get bitten by a mosquito and he'll meet an untimely demise. I'm just worried about Wayne going to PNG. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, but it's tax-free, mate. You know what I mean?
It's a great point. No, it's a great point.
And a wily old prick like Wayne, tax-free. Like, if you're a boomer and you hear tax-free, your ears perk up immediately.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Negative gearing, huh? If you yell out negative gearing and down the bowls club, everyone's fucking barring up and wetting up.
Snaps around. Yeah, they do. They run at you like
you know what I mean? So let alone tax-free. Fucking hell, Wayne's on the next plane for tax-free, mate, whether you like it or not. No one does tax-free like the boomer.
Just a good point, Eddie. It's a good point you make. Listen, Blake Solly doing his best to try and keep Wayne's attention at South. It seems like Wayne's attention is everywhere but South. Not but South, South and everywhere else. It's
but also, Tom.
PNG job.
Tom, if you'd been let go in favour of a guy named Demetrio, Jason Demetrio, then you like if you know that that's possible, then maybe the lure of tax-free money is gonna attract attention.
Yeah. Listen, you're making great points.
I'm trying to, mate. I've had 1.5 Mai Tais and I'm trying to make great points.
Dude, I'm so excited when I get out of here. I'm gonna nip up to the pool and I'm gonna get myself either a pina colada. I had so many pina coladas the other day. I had acid reflux, so I don't know if I'm gonna go back there. I may. Punters and dribblers.
I want to draw your attention to something because you're gonna be sitting there going, "You fuckers don't do shit." Righto, cunt. We'll try this on the size next week. Next Tuesday, obviously Monday's a public holiday. Tuesday, I'm on with my boy Sebo. We're dissecting the world of sport. We're having a giggle. There's probably going to be some Greek mythology chat. There's probably going to be some, Fort Denison chat. Who knows? But we're going to be talking sport. Then on Wednesday, right? Wednesday morning, we've got About Even. We'll record. Wednesday afternoon, we'll probably do Hello Sport. Wednesday night. What's on Wednesday night, man? What's on Wednesday night? Switch on if you love your nation. Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Hello Sport live on YouTube. Mm-hmm. We're going to be doing the first 2 sessions. If we get carried away, maybe 3, but definitely 2 First sessions, day one, Test Championship, where we go and we fuck up the South Africans. We fuck the South Africans up. We're going for back-to-back maces.
It's going to be quite easy.
We're going for back-to-back maces. Toddler's just like, he's looking at me like, oh, I didn't know about this. Well, you know about it now, mate, because I knew about it.
You also did know about it.
I knew about it 2 hours before you, so get over it.
Look at him. He's got this confused look on his face. He's like,
what's so confusing? What's so confusing?
I didn't know we were going to do a live stream.
Toddler, can I ask you something? Have you heard of the World Test Championship?
No, I'm sorry. I've got this look due to internet issues. I'm aware of the live stream, and I'm very keen for it.
Okay. Well, you're sounding very nasally, which is off-putting. But so let's move on. Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m., World Test Championship. First 2 sessions, maybe 3, but definitely 2. Where either we pummel them with runs or we take wicks.
I think all of the above.
And if you're not there, I'm going to be as frank as I can, Tom.
And Frank.
Frank Underwood.
Frank Ocean.
Frank Walker.
National Tars. Frankenstein.
Frangipanic.
Oh, God. Carry on.
You simply put, if you don't tune in next Wednesday, circa 7:30 p.m., you hate your nation. You just do.
You hate your nation.
And if you and if you're a little fucking turncoat fuck who probably goes for, oh mate, I like watching West Indian cricket, then you're a fucking loser and we don't want you anyway. But if you love your nation, you'll be there at 7:30 p.m. Rain, hail, or shine. Simple as that.
Yeah. Oh, it's that simple. Now, is there anything else that we've missed? I'm just trying to consult.
Can't believe Frangipani didn't play there in the Frank off.
Well, Frangipani's not a Frank, you know. That's my only problem.
Shocking.
Did you have something on Herbie Farmworth, Tom?
Oh, that's right.
What, 3 hours ago?
3 hours ago, yeah. Does he have the shortest shorts per capita of leg real estate in the NRL?
Have you asked Bill? He's your old man I'm talking about. He knows a short.
Yeah, he does, but he's usually talking about netball.
No, that was short skirts. I believe I was referring to his AFL rhetoric thing.
Oh. I think Herbie, if you're doing it by percentage of thigh real estate, has the shortest shorts in the NRL. And
as measured by the percentage of thigh real estate, Tom.
Correct.
Yeah.
Of short to thigh real estate. Like he's got the most thigh real estate on show. There's just no doubt about it.
Dude, there's got to be a fabric to skin ratio when measuring thighs.
Yes. There has to be. And I think it's a very measurable. You just need to get a freeze frame on these guys as they're playing, and get a thigh to leg real estate percentage here and work
I tell you who I reckon.
Shocked if it's not Herbie Farmworth.
I tell you who I reckon, Tom. I'm going to call someone out. Kicking T dribbler. He's got a green, doesn't he? He does. Yep. Obviously, I know that because he's brought kicking tees to fucking lunches. Edward, switch on. That was more a respect thing to be like, am I sure? I'm sure. I haven't heard from him for a while, but he also does these things where he measures angles and distance and stuff by TV.
Well, he used to, Eddie. He used to. Once he got a baggy green,
but I think But okay, I'm going to say something. If I don't fucking see across my desk in the next 7 days a fabric to thigh to skin ratio measuring how short a man's shorts are, maybe you're not there in December. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it'd be disappointing if he doesn't have anything for us. And I know, there's probably
I'm not asking for heaps. I'm asking for just a fucking pinch.
And again, there's a lot of players in the NRL. I don't care what Cade Williamson, who's played one NRL game, shorts are. You know what I mean? I'm like, you can focus on big dog shit,
mate. Get into the baggy green chat and go who rocks shorts. There's fucking 50 guys in there. They'll give you an answer, measure them up, give me the data. Pretty simple. Yep.
Pretty simple.
2025, 2026 are the years of us calling on the Bay Green community. Like, you can't just sit on your fucking hands until they go dead. So you can be part of the dead fucking hand club, like in-betweeners, and give yourself a wristy, like pretending like it's someone else. Those days are done.
Those days are over. Just
those days are.
Days,
if you think that I'm going to get you the fucking penthouse every year at the Meriden, you better switch the fuck on and start delivering results.
Yeah.
In a quick Google search, Paul Vaughan was also another really short wearer.
Yeah, Paul Vaughan. Look at that, Eddie. Paul Vaughan does have some short shorts.
Righto, kicking T Driller, put him on the list, mate. He's got short shorts.
Get on the list. I mean, listen, Paul Vaughan also not currently playing the NRL, so that's not a big deal for me. But
no, but maybe you know what? Maybe Paul Vaughan is the
constant.
What's the constant when you're doing like testing?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's the is it the
when you're doing like lab shit.
Yeah. It's not placebo. It's fucking
no. It's like the
control.
The control. Paul Vaughan's the control.
I don't even entirely know how that works, but he is though.
Well, mate, it's not for us to work out.
No,
all
exactly.
I'm saying is I'm putting on a bag of Grand Long lunch every year. I'm putting on as of now, obviously, as of last year, rather, we're putting on the Meriden, the penthouse, and I'm not getting fucking anything out of it.
No, exactly. So it's time. We're asking.
It's time. It's time, and I'm going to start calling all you fuckers out. Paul Vaughan, the control.
All right, that us. Anything else?
That's us. Love you, boys.
Love ya. Shout out to the punters and dribblers. Mwah.
Bye.
Mwah.
Could you two just not talk anymore?